3, 2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, the 30th of June, and happy Asteroid Day. And a big happy birthday to swimmer Michael Phelps, boxer Mike Tyson, and Newcastle's Cheryl Cole. Coronavirus continues to spread around the world, but in the UK, we're scheduled to exit most of lockdown next week. Now, however, the government is concerned about the level of cases being reported in Leicester. Almost 1,000 over the last 2 weeks. So last night, Matt Lavish Outbreak Hancock announced that Leicester will remain in lockdown, with shops and schools due to close again.
Given the growing outbreak in Leicester, we cannot recommend that the easing of the national lockdown, set to take place on the 4th of July, happens in Leicester. Having taken clinical advice on the actions necessary and then discussed them with the local team in Leicester and Leicestershire, we've made some difficult but important decisions. We've decided that from tomorrow, non-essential retail will have to close. And as children have been particularly impacted by this outbreak, schools will also need to close from Thursday.
6.
As the Black Lives Matter protests continue and the campaign focuses on activism in the United States with calls to defund the police, Labour leader Keir Starmer was asked for his views on the matter, and he was pretty firm in his disagreement with any calls to defund them in the UK.
There's a broader issue here. The Black Lives Matter movement, or moment, if you like, internationally, is about reflecting something completely different, and it's reflecting on what happened dreadfully in America just a few weeks ago, and showing or acknowledging that as a moment across the world. And it's a shame it's getting tangled up with these organisational issues, with the organisation Black Lives Matter, but I wouldn't have any truck with what the organisation is saying about defunding the police or anything else. That's just nonsense.
It was another busy day for America's president as Iran issued a warrant for Donald Trump's arrest for the assassination of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani and appealed to Interpol for assistance. Meanwhile, the row over Russia offering bounties to the Taliban for killing US and UK troops rumbled on. And once again, Kayleigh McEnany, the press secretary, tied herself in knots trying to explain Donald's behaviour and his failure to act. Intelligence sources now say that he was first briefed in writing in February.
Does the president have a specific message for Moscow given these reports?
A specific message for Moscow? No, because he has not been briefed on the matter. As I noted, there's no consensus among the intelligence community, and there are, in fact, dissenting opinions.
4.
E4 have been celebrating the best of Big Brother, but now it's turned into Big Bother. Eh? Well, a row's broken out between living legend Davina and living legend Brian Dowling, who hosted the show between 2011 and 2013. It all kicked off after Davina and Emma Willis were interviewed by Rylan. He asked her how it felt to take over from Davina, which Brian took to be ignoring the 2 years that he presented on the show.
How the am I going to do that? I literally. You think you can never follow the Queen, so just try and do as good a job as possible.
You did a very, 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 very good job, Emma.
3.
As Formula One gets ready to start the 2020 season in Austria this weekend, Mercedes have announced that they will be racing in all-black livery as a gesture of support for Black Lives Matter and their lead driver, Lewis Hamilton. Craig Slater from Sky Sports explains.
A hugely poignant, powerful and emphatic message of support from this Mercedes Formula One team for their main driver, the 6 times world champion Lewis Hamilton, who himself has been a leader amongst British sportsmen in the Black Lives Matter movement. We learned today that Mercedes, both Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas, will race in black cars this season, switching away from the traditional silver livery.
2.
There's a brand new Marvel miniseries called The Falcon and the Winter Soldier on the way, and it will star Anthony Mackie, who's played Falcon in 7 Marvel movies. He's not happy at the lack of representation, though, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, I think when Falcon Winter Soldier comes out, I'm the lead of the show. You know, when Snowpiercer came out, you're the lead of the show. So we definitely have the power and the ability to ask those questions. Like, it really bothered me. I've done 7 Marvel movies now. Every producer, every director, every stunt person, every costume designer, every PA, every single person has been white.
The 20th annual Bet Awards took place on Sunday night, remotely of course, which just seems weird still with no crowd. But it was a night of celebration and strong political commentary. Among the winners for Best Female R&B was...
Lizzo! Hey, congratulations, Lizzo!
Thank you so much, BET, and thank you to all the wonderfully talented, beautiful Black women that I share this category with. Last year, I performed on the main stage. I didn't win anything. This year, I have the honor of winning this prestigious award, but I will always feel like a winner because as long as you're winning in life, that's the only trophy you need.
Beyonce was also presented with a humanitarian award by Michelle Obama.
Now we have one more thing we need to do to walk in our true power, and that is to vote. Continue to change and dismantle a racist and unequal system. Continue to fight for each other and lift each other up. Because there are people banking on us staying at home during local elections and primaries happening in states across the country. We have to vote like our life depends on it, because it does.
This has been the Smart 7. We've got an Alexa skill now. All you've got to do is enable us and then just say, Alexa, play the Smart 7. We're back tomorrow at 7. Please like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, my darlings. It's me, Anna Mann, actress, singer, welder. Gotta have a backup. I've been in everything, my darlings, and I've been cut from most things. However, I will not be cut from one thing, and that is my own podcast, Talking to Actors with Anna Mann, where I meet those rarest of creatures, the actors. That's Talking to Actors on the Great Big Owl.